miles.
Customers go many extra miles for their quality Toyota. Sienna, Camry, Avalon, all come standard with the quality Toyota no haggle, no hassle price guarantee. View the bottom line price online before you drive, because that's the price you'll pay. Quality Toyota. What's your number? West Lincoln Avenue in Fergus Falls or at qualitytoyota.net. Let's go places.
It's Morning Talk on News Talk 1250 KBRF, brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. Now, here's Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop.
There we go. Good.
You know, when I saw you set up for our broadcast from Nelson Auto Center yesterday, I saw you setting up all that stuff. And I have a completely brand new appreciation for Dave Bishop.
Now you know what I do every morning.
That is a ton of stuff. And I felt bad because when we used to do remote broadcasts like that, I would kind of know what I was doing. But all of that equipment is
all
different.
That's new.
Yeah, and then of course we've added all of the TV side of thing, the streaming side of things, and I don't know how to do any of that, so I was zero help to you, and I felt bad about that.
Well, you showed me where the nearest outlet was.
What? Oh, I did. I showed you where
nearest
the outlet. Yes, and I did show you where you could get a bottle of water.
Yep.
And yeah, carried like one or two things out to the truck for you. And that's all the help I was yesterday. But anyway, so thanks for all the stuff you do every day. I'm impressed with. I don't know how you know how to plug all that stuff together. I felt like in the day I knew what I was doing, but there's about 10 times as much stuff to do now as there was before. So good job.
Yeah, before it was just getting power into the Marty and getting the Marty antenna slightly pointed to the station. How about now? How about now?
There were some problems then, and we laughed about those yesterday. And for those of you who didn't tune in, we used to have our broadcast equipment was called the Marty unit. And we had this big, giant antenna. I mean, it stood probably
6 feet.
Yeah, and then it was huge. I mean, it looked like something you would put on those old antennas you'd put on top of your house. I mean,
well, that's basically what it is.
That's what it was. And then we would stand and we would be on the phone to the guy back at the studio, and we'd keep turning it. How about now? How about now? How about now? And they'd say, "Oh, that's it. Leave it right there." And then we would have a good broadcast.
And then as soon as you let go, we always called it fried bacon or fried eggs because it sounded like.
Yep.
So it'd be like you'd let go and it would go from a crystal clear signal to.
I know.
And they're like, no, got to move it again.
Those were the days. So anyway, the equipment is a whole lot better today, but there's a lot more of it. So. Anyway, I was glad to have you in the know about all that stuff.
But that was a fun one,
that was fun, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun to take the show on the road. And before I go any further and forget to do this, just a reminder that Nelson's are going to give away 4 pair of tickets to the rodeo, and it's going to happen at noon today. So if you haven't gotten over to Nelson to get your name in that box, it's right at the front desk, giving away pairs of tickets to the rodeo, and the rodeo is coming up Friday and Saturday night.
And these are just general admission. We gave the VIP yesterday.
Yes, and oh my goodness, was our winner ever excited. Christine Panning was our winner, and I'm not exactly sure. I should have asked her. We've been texting back and forth because I said, I'm not sure where you are, but can you stop in and get the tickets, prior to the event this weekend? And she said, oh, absolutely, I'll be in. And then she had to pick what night, if she's going to go Friday night or Saturday night, so we give her the right tickets. But so we had some VIPs to give away yesterday. That went well. And those pairs of general admission will be given away today at 12 noon. So make sure you get on over to Nelson Auto Center, get your name in that box, put it in there 2 or 3 times if you want. We don't care. So so drawing some more winners. We're looking forward to that. It's always so much fun.
It's always a blast there.
Yeah. And I thought it was great fun meeting Denton Good yesterday.
So much younger than I thought he was.
I know.
I was expecting somebody in the 30s, 40s, about my age, grizzled veteran.
Yeah, what did he say he was? 21? But wasn't he funny?
Oh, yeah.
I just thought he was delightful. And
I always loved how he answered, yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Yes, ma'am.
I know. That's a cowboy thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're very polite.
Oh, very, very polite.
Very polite, especially to women. They're just good people.
My favorite part, though, okay, what you guys didn't see on screen, or it was kind of beforehand. I don't know if it was during the break or if it was before we went on. They came over and they're all wearing these giant cowboy hats.
Yeah.
Then they see we're going to be wearing headsets, and they're like, we got to go switch hats. So they
Yep.
had to go switch hats.
Yeah, so they had to go back out to their trucks and just get their regular, trucker hat style.
Ball hats, yeah.
But they did have big cowboy hats on when they came in, so they did look like
I felt bad
cowboys.
because I'm like, man, that's an expensive hat there.
I know.
That's
I
not
know.
a giveaway at the Red Hawks game type one.
Right. Well, anyway, it was really fun. I enjoyed that yesterday, and it was fun to meet Denton. It was great to have Craig Otto on the air with us. I sent him back to the ranch with the Nelson Auto Center T-shirt cannon, and I have seen the shirts that they have made for this year's event, and there will be shirts shot all over the rodeo on Friday and Saturday night. So we let them use that T-shirt cannon every year because they're good enough to go and get the cylinders that we need to power the cannon. So anyway, that's going to be some fun. So look for some shirts. And probably go home with a pig or a goat or a bunny or something.
Okay. The hat thing was number 2. Number 1 was the whole scramble thing.
I know it. The Barnyard Animal Scramble, which I believe is Saturday night.
Oh.
And they just release all these barnyard animals, whatever they can get their hands on.
And if you get your hands on it, it's yours.
Exactly. You go home with it. And off the air, we did ask him, how many parents, like he said, the first year, nobody knew that that's what was going to happen. And he said, even if there is a parent or two, he said, which usually there is not, because the kid wants that.
Yeah.
That
well, at least
bunny
they
or
know
whatever.
Going into it now. Hey, if you get that bunny, that's your bunny's yours. That chicken's yours. That pig's yours.
But he said, in the event that there has been a parent who says, nope, that's not coming home with us, he said there is another kid who has a parent that says,
we'll take
absolutely, we'll take it. So we have to realize that a lot of these kids live on
farms,
ranches and farms, and so they're happy to have one more. I mean, what's more animal?
Well, I mean, you got to look at it this way. A lot of those kids are in 4-H, so it's like, hey,
exactly.
It's my show chicken next week.
It's another project, yeah, for sure. Well, anyway, that rodeo takes place Friday night and Saturday night. Gates open at 4, and I believe all the fun begins at 7.
Preliminaries for the mutton busting at 4, too.
I know. That is so much fun to watch, too.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
It's both good and bad that they're going starting with like 40 and then taking the top 10. Because my favorite are the bottom 10. I mean, those are the fun ones to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. But even the best ones, you never know what that sheep is going to do. So it's it is so much fun to watch. There's something really. If you've never been to rodeo, I suggest you give it a try because it is so much fun. I think you will be so pleasantly surprised.
My first rodeo, I'll never forget because we're in Cody, Wyoming, the home of rodeo.
For sure.
So yeah, so we saw one there, and that was kind of my first one.
All right. Well, I guess more on a regional level, did some more reading about Chief Dave Zabolski from the police chief in Fargo, who has really come under scrutiny. In fact, the interview that I heard this morning suggested that they will be asking for his job. This isn't the first time something like this has happened, but and another thing is that he has told the city commissioners that they are not allowed to talk to policemen.
Oh.
They have to go through him. And, there should be a bit more transparency there and a little less uber control like that. So anyway, he has had evidently some
other run-ins
where they have had to say, okay, we need to take a look at the way you're handling things, and we might need to some improvement kinds of suggestions. So I don't think it's been going very well for very long. I also read this morning that they are considering taking a look at the mayor's position because the mayor should have told the police chief the night of the shootings. He should have said, "Get your tail back here from vacation, or get on the phone, something. We need to," because the mayor said we need to have a press conference, and the mayor and the police chief said, "No, I'm out of town," and the mayor said, "Okay." Well, the mayor is the leader.
The mayor is the leader, but I will put a grain of salt on this one because the main person ruffling all the feathers, especially going after the mayor, was Pepcorn, and who the mayor beat in the last election.
Oh, right. And Pepcorn is one of the very vocal ones against.
Yep, and he's on the city council,
Yeah.
and he was he's who
he's a city
Mahoney.
commissioner, right.
Yeah, he's who he beat in the last election.
Right, and Michelle Turnberg,
Yep.
also a city commissioner, and she has had it
Yep.
with the chief. I think they need 3 to say, "You're out." So I don't know, but
Or 3 at least to get it in.
yeah, it kind of looks to me
Yeah.
like it's kind of he might be looking for a different
And
job.
I saw Turnberg and her family on Family Feud a couple years ago.
Really?
I'm like, hey, isn't that the news lady?
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
So those
she
can
used
be-
to be Michelle Turnberg on KX4, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's see what else we have for you today. Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's
Yep.
former associate, fighting to keep grand jury records confidential in her sex trafficking case. Maxwell's lawyers argue against unsealing the hearsay-laden transcripts of grand jury testimony, emphasizing the importance of maintaining grand jury secrecy. While prosecutors seek transparency, they acknowledge that much of the information has already been publicly disclosed via other channels. The other thing that they're worried about is there were some people whose names could be outed if they were just to make everything available. And these people were basically victims, and they just don't want those people's names to be public information again or ever. So I guess I get that. But man, I don't know. Raise your hand. Who is tired of hearing about Jeffrey Epstein?
I
Oh
am.
my goodness. So, and this Ghislaine Maxwell, I mean, what kind of credibility does this woman have?
None.
And she was in on all of this stuff. I think they should just leave her right where she is. And
But her lawyer sees an opportunity to maybe get it reduced,
Absolutely.
and so the lawyers do what the lawyers
or
do.
she potentially
Could walk.
could be moved.
All moved.
And I wonder if that isn't already in the works to
A little kinder place.
a little kinder place. Yes, not quite so high security, but she's a thug. She went along with all of
yeah.
it, and I
She
think
needs to rot in prison.
I really
rest of
think
her life.
So, I think so too. According to a recent Gallup survey, Pope Leo emerged as the most popular global figure among 14 names included in the poll. Now, granted, he's only been the Pope for what? A couple of months,
Yep.
maybe? Anyway, it showed that the Pope has a 57% favorability rating, only 11% unfavorable. I'm not even sure how you can have either favorable or so early in the game here. Anyway, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky followed in second place, believe it or not, with a 52% favorable rating. And, get this, Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders ranked third. That is what's wrong with our country, folks. If you are rating that guy as the best of the best, wow. Think again. Oh, boy. Socialism run amok right there. All right. In a landmark deal, Disney will acquire the NFL network. While the NFL will gain a 10% stake in Disney, ESPN will fully own NFL Network and merge its fantasy football product with NFL Media's. The NFL will license games, Red Zone, and other content to ESPN, and that will strengthen its streaming service. The deal aims to enhance fan engagement and at the same time expand Disney's streaming capabilities. So we'll see how that goes. And President Trump is forming a task force for the 2028 Olympic Games set to take place in Los Angeles. The White House announced that Trump will sign an executive order to officially establish the task force. This will be the first time the U.S. hosts the Olympics since the 2002 Winter Games in Salt Lake City. Trump also mentioned his anticipation for the 2026 the World Cup, which will be jointly hosted by the U.S., Canada, and Mexico. So I don't know what that group is going to do, the task force.
Well, they got to get things ready. I kind of like to think that they would have come together with the task force many years ago.
Yeah, probably so. But anyway, so but LA, they have held it before, correct?
84, if I remember right.
Okay, so a long time ago.
80 or 84. One of them
Okay.
was the Moscow, one of them was the LA. I can't remember which was which.
Okay, all right. I just saw a headline that we are going to use for the feel good, and it says, Holiday Inn goes the extra mile to reunite the family with a lost stuffed toy.
Oh, that's
That
kinda
feels
cute.
like a feel
Yeah.
good, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so anyway, we're going to talk when we come back about a family. The wedding venue was vandalized.
Ooh.
I know, so sad. Anyway, the community, the good thing, this could be another feel good, the community really rallied around this couple and the unfortunate circumstances. So more on that when we come back on Morning Talk.
Back with more Morning Talk with Mary Dolan and Dave Bishop. Brought to you by Pioneer Care and Fergus Falls Monument Company. After the markets on News Talk 1250 KBRF. Depend on it.
This is Ryan Welly with the Fergus Falls Monument Company. When you're thinking about a memorial for your loved one, I invite you to stop in and see our large selection of memorials on display. The memorial you choose is crafted for you right here locally with an everlasting warranty. That means it's perfect, now and forever, guaranteed. Call or stop into Fergus Falls Monument or visit us online at foreverstonememorials.com. Memorials that matter.
There's lots of gear to help you fish, but make sure you pack your guides in your tackle box. Listen to Todd and Phil from PT's Guide Service during Gone Fishin', presented by Frontier Marine and Power Sports. Gone Fishin' helps you land more fish by letting you know the techniques that are working on area lakes. Listen in as PT's Guide Service shares a boatload of experience. Gone Fishin' can be heard right here every Friday afternoon at 5:25, presented by Frontier Marine and Power Sports. Listen in this Friday and let people know you've gone fishing.
After evening up the Tigers series against former teammate Chris Paddock last night, the Twins now look to win their first series since the All-Star break. The Twins have not announced a starter yet, but they'll face Tigers starter Jack Flaherty, who is 6-10 with a 4.36 ERA. The Menards pregame lineup card begins at 11:30 a.m. with a first pitch at 12:10, right here on your home for Twins baseball.
News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
What's the ox say?
Today on Hot Talk with the Ox, right away here if any of our politicians royally screwed up or hit home runs on the first day of Farm Fest. Then how many tickets did the first Minnesota speed camera issue on its first day? At 4:06, hear what beer Ray has picked out on Why Not Wednesday with the Boulder Tap House. Then hear fellow Ox listeners' Why Nots. See you for Hot Talk with the Ox today from 2 to 5 on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
What's the ox say?
Community is important, and you'll find it at Pioneer Point. Spacious apartments, thoughtfully designed for older adults, provide the best in senior living. Heated parking and elevator access makes life easy. Your neighbors at Pioneer Point hold a welcoming, family-like approach to living. Choosing from an array of special features and options, you'll find many ways to define your lifestyle at Pioneer Point. Call or schedule your tour online today at pioneercare.org.
KBRF presents Where to Eat, the culinary adventure, sponsored by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food in Fergus Falls.
Hi, I'm Zach Daniels.
And I'm Dave Bishop, your guide to the region's culinary treasures.
Join us as we explore various restaurants, uncover delicious meals, and highlight each restaurant's signature dish.
Experience diverse cuisine types, unique atmospheres, and must-try dishes. Check it out on KBRFradio.com and the Fergus Now app.
New episodes air every first Friday of the month. Where to Eat, powered by Dandelion and Burdock and Service Food of Fergus Falls.
Falls.
Hi, this is Emmeline Wall with Someplace Safe, inviting you to take part in our 6th annual virtual auction, now through August 7th, featuring many amazing items. To register and bid, go online to onecau.se/SPS25. Thanks for supporting Someplace Safe.
Otter Tail Coaches is hiring bus drivers, $2,000 sign-on bonus and $21.85 an hour. Also hiring motor coach drivers for events and games, part-time, flexible schedules. Call Otter Tail Coaches to find out more. Otter Tail Coaches of Fergus Falls.
Get the latest in ag information and market updates with the Red River Farm Network. Monday through Friday, News Talk 1250 AM KBRF. Depend on it.
Good morning. Market update time here on the Red River Farm Network. I'm Tyler Donaldson. Grains trading mixed to start out the day. Soybeans down a penny, corn 3 to 4 cents lower. Everag Management Market Advisor Brandon Weigel says grain markets are likely to see more back and forth trading ahead of next week's WASDE report.
Big thing to watch here is next week's August WASDE report. Everything is just kind of even keel, steady eddy here as we await that. Seasonally, this corn market is under pressure. It typically starts to drift lower once you get through the backside of June without any major weather issues, and we're kind of in that seasonal slide right now. Oftentimes, historically, corn markets will put in their seasonal lows in the back end of August or early September. So the path of least resistance continues to feel lower, especially with good to excellent ratings being the best that they've been in 5 years. They're about 10 percentage points ahead of the 5-year average. They're about 6 percentage points ahead of where we were at last year.
Cattle markets pulling back slightly to start the day.
Everyone's just kind of waiting for the ball to drop. It feels like, it seems like on the cattle front, all the headlines, all the news is bullish. You've seen this market, the feeder cattle market specifically, rally over $40 a hundredweight in the course of the last 30 to 45 days, which is just an absolutely outrageous move. We've really seen it feel like some of these fundamentals become disconnected from price. The cash market has remained incredibly strong on the live cattle side of things. From a seasonality perspective, oftentimes feeder cattle futures peak in late July or very early August. So we are in that time frame where seasonal support is starting to kind of dwindle. And I would definitely warrant some caution up here just given how overbought technically this thing is.
You are listening to the Red River Farm Network.
See what's new in agriculture at this year's Minnesota Farm Fest, August 5th through the 7th in Redwood County. Farm Fest brings hundreds of agribusinesses to exhibit their most innovative technologies. Don't miss this chance to learn, research, or even make a purchase. Learn more about AI in agriculture and meet the millennial farmer at the Farm Fest forums. Come discover what's new with the community that keeps you growing. Only at Farm Fest. Get tickets at farmfest.com and receive a discount online with code RADIO25 at checkout.
Farm Fest is back, and Minnesota corn will once again be a can't-miss stop at this celebration of all things agriculture. Join them in Tent 702 and learn how corn growers are driving innovation, supporting rural communities, and ensuring a prosperous future for all Minnesotans. Renew or sign up for an MCGA membership and go home with a special reward. And of course, don't forget to grab a free sample of that delicious sweet corn ice cream. Learn more how Minnesota corn is at work for you at mncorn.org.
World Weather Incorporated senior meteorologist Drew Lerner is your trusted source for agricultural weather. From the Northern Plains,
we do expect some showers to develop and a couple of thunderstorms. The majority of the meaningful rain, though, is going to be in southern Canada.
To South America,
Buenos Aires, La Pampa, and Cordoba, but it doesn't occur until we get into next week, leaving plenty of time for changes in the forecast.
Drew Lerner, only on the Red River Farm Network. We're reporting agriculture's business.
From the massive trade show to the daily forums, Farm Fest needs to be on your summer schedule. This is Red River Farm Network farm broadcaster Don Wick. Stay with us for coverage from Farm Fest in Minnesota's Redwood County. This coverage sponsored by the Minnesota Corn Growers Association, Ag Country Farm Credit Services, Minnesota Soybean Research and Promotion Council, and the Minnesota Farmers Union. On air, online, and on the road, we're the Red River Farm Network.
Checking quotes, September wheat Minneapolis up 0.5 cent to 5.70 3/4. September wheat Chicago down 3 cents to 5.05 1/4. KC September hard red winter wheats up 2 cents at 5.06 1/2. September corn down 4 1/4 to 377 1/4. September soybeans are at 9.70 even, down 1.5 pennies. November canola in Winnipeg's up $3.70 per metric ton to 675.90 Canadian. On the cattle side of things, August live cattle's down 17.5 cents right now, 234.10. August feeders down 55 cents, 340.50. August hogs 17 cents higher at 108.95. This is the Red River Farm Network.
When your garage door stops working, life gets inconvenient fast. From broken rollers to full garage door makeovers, Easy Open Garage Doors does it all. Make it easy and give Easy Open Garage Door a call at 770-DOOR. It's the largest free fair in west central Minnesota, the Stevens County Fair in Morris, now through Sunday. Don't miss Thursday night's Enduro race, and Friday it's Emerson Drive, replacing Easton Corbin with Hunter Girl at 7:30 p.m. on the Insurance Partners Inc. stage. Sponsored in part by KJ Country 96.5, Inga Bretson's Disposal, and Viking Garage Door. Saturday night, the MRA Rodeo, and Sunday night, the Demolition Derby. Enjoy a carnival you can afford with just one ticket per ride, any age. Details at StevensCountyFair.org.
Summer means road construction in Minnesota. If you're behind the wheel, work zone safety is part of your job too. Slow down in work zones. Remember, slower speeds save lives. Put away distractions and keep your eyes focused on the road. Move over when you can to give crews more room to work. When we all work together, everyone gets home safely. This message brought to you by the Minnesota Department of Transportation, the Minnesota Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Summer weather can change quickly, and that's why you can count on News Talk 1250 KBRF and the Fergus Now app for up-to-date weather coverage. We love hearing from you and want to see your severe weather photos, whether it's hail, storm damage, threatening clouds, whatever it might be. To submit your summer severe weather photos, go to kbrfradio.com, then to Weather Spotter page located on the Weather tab. Summer severe weather coverage on News Talk 1250 KBRF.
Layton Media of Fergus Falls is looking to add an energetic, driven, detail-oriented individual to our company. The role of sales and marketing coordinator allows you to be the essential piece in our organization, connecting our on-air and sales departments as well as our company with our community. This position is full of variety, and it will be a challenge to find any one day exactly like the last. To apply for the sales and marketing coordinator position, go to layton.media. Again, apply at layton.media. Your success starts here.
News Talk 1250 KBRF. Listen anytime, any place with the Fergus Now app on your phone. Checking the forecast for today. Looking at a high of around 81 right now. We are at 68 and currently not raining, Mary, which is a good thing.
Well, yeah, we had almost 2.5 inches at the lake between yesterday
I believe
and last night. So yeah, it's a lot. We could probably, I don't know, can we turn off the rain now for a little bit? But we're probably not going to, right? It's we're maybe looking for some shaky weather over the weekend.
Yeah, our weather spotters, we had 1.7 inches in Fergus. John Waller, Pelican Rapids had 2.8 inches. Russell on the other side of town had 1 inch. And then Roger and Henning had 1.5 inches. So, yeah, a lot of rain.
So everybody over an inch. That's incredible.
I saw one report at an end-on station in, I forgot where it was, in North Dakota. But they had 7.5 inches.
Oh, my.
In a couple hours.
I did see some video, and I don't know exactly where on 45th Street it was in Fargo. But, I mean, it was like up to the door handles.
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah. There was a lot of rain last night, for sure.
A lot of rain.
Yeah, and I think we're looking that there could be potentially some of that coming Thursday night into Friday. Does that sound about right?
Yep.
And some of that, of course, and with this kind of weather and this kind of heat and humidity, we always have to be watching for some stormy weather too.
Yeah.
So we hope that doesn't happen.
Yeah, Richland County was in a tornado warning for brief while yesterday.
Okay.
But that was radar indicated, not spotter indicated, and it was kind of on the western portion of it.
Okay. Well, anyway, we will be watching that. I don't know what happened in Fergus last night, but early this morning, middle of the night for me, the wind just picked up, and
Yeah.
I thought, and there was a lot of lightning and thunder, and I thought, oh, here we go.
We had a huge thing of rain come in the afternoon.
Yes,
when I'm
it
in
was-
here, because we've got morning talk, we've got the window covered, and then the door was shut, so I had no idea. So I'm working away, no problems. I go outside, I'm like, wow, everything's really wet. But I mean, it was sunny then, and when I leave here, I always go to my mom and dad's and check on them. And Dad's like, wow, do you see that rain? And I'm like, no, but I've seen a lot of puddles. It looked like
I
a
know,
lot.
ditches were full,
Yeah.
and a lot of rain out there for sure. But I don't know, this kind of weather, it feels like, always moves in during WeFest week.
Yep.
Which is now.
This week.
I'm starting to see on Highway 59, of course.
Oh, there's a ton of them.
Of traffic. However, they start moving in way early. In fact, I was coming back from Park Rapids on Saturday, and on Saturday, that VIP campground pretty much full.
Wow.
So people move in really early. They didn't used to allow that, but
I'm kind of. It must be vendors and workers, because they were saying you couldn't line up before noon on Monday.
Oh, okay. Well, there were a lot, so maybe it is. And it could be, potentially it could be radio stations who are going to cover that, those kinds of things. Or who knows? The VIPs are the VIPs,
Yeah.
Family and friends of maybe performers and that sort of thing that have special...
high-level sponsors.
I guess high-level sponsors, yeah. And but there were a lot of people already in that campground. So anyway, it feels like this kind of shaky weather always comes on the, as soon as things start moving in for WeFest. And so I guess they have their kickoff party today or tonight, and it looks like it's going to be okay for that.
Yeah.
But could be some shaky weather on Thursday night into Friday, and of course we'll keep you up to date on all of that. Okay, I was going to tell you about the community that rallied around this wedding couple. They were in Montana, and on their wedding day, Carson and Travis Snyder arrived at their carefully prepared venue, only to discover a devastating scene of destruction. Boy, that would be a bummer, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It's called the White Sulphur Springs Event Space. It had been vandalized, with tables overturned, wine bottles shattered, and decorations destroyed. The perpetrators had even cut extension cords and emptied propane tanks.
Oh, wow.
Sounds like it's almost targeted, doesn't it?
It sounds like it's an X.
Wow. Anyway, with nearly everything wrecked, the Snyders faced the daunting task of salvaging their wedding plans. However, the local community said, we're going to help, and they stepped in, rallying to support the couple. Businesses like the Edith Hotel volunteered to wash linens and provide replacement decorations, while Bar 47 collected shot glasses. Grocery store employees even printed new photos for the couple.
Oh, wow.
Miraculously, the venue was restored to pristine condition just in time for the ceremony that afternoon. As Travis recalled, when we came down for everything, it was like nothing had ever happened there. For the newlyweds, the experience taught them that love won that day, and love is all that matters. Seemed appropriate for that day. The sheriff's office is currently investigating the vandalism. Nobody...
Check out the X's. I guarantee you it's one of the X's.
Doesn't it sound like somebody who just wants to totally ruin it for one of those two people?
Mm-hmm.
Boy. And I'm sure that's exactly
what's going to be.
Yeah. Okay, so we can say only in Florida, a Florida man has received a 2-year probation sentence for simultaneously maintaining marriages to 3 separate women.
Wow.
Well, can you imagine, guys, having 3 wives? Oh, I can't imagine having 3 husbands, that's for sure. Henry Betsy Jr. pleaded guilty to bigamy charges after one of his wives, Tonya, discovered that he was still legally married to 2 other women. Wow, did not check this guy out at all. Michelle and Brandy were the other 2 wives. The 3 women, all from different Florida counties, had met and married him through various dating websites over a 2-year period. Wow. They were unaware of each other's existence. The judge credited this guy for the 8 days he'd already spent in jail. Also ordered him to undergo a mental health evaluation. Complete a survey, or rather a certified battery intervention program, and avoid all contact with all three now ex-wives.
Yeah, I was going to say they might meet in court again for divorce proceedings.
Yes. Additionally, he was prohibited from using social media and dating websites ever again. That's good. He was also recently arrested in Virginia for assault and battery of a family or household member. So this is just a bad actor for sure. Oh, boy. Okay, well, here's a headline that doesn't shock anyone. 86% of Americans are stressed out about cost at the grocery store.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
and, this summer I have seen
jumps.
Oh, my goodness, significant jumps. And, I know about what I buy. And I kind of, do you add in your head as you push the cart? I kind of do. And I feel like I buy the same things all the time. I buy a lot of fresh vegetables, a lot of fresh fruit, a lot of berries, a lot of cucumbers, that kind of stuff.
In.
Yeah, and so I feel like I kind of buy the same things all the time, and I always have a good feel for
about what it's cost.
About what's going to cost.
Yep.
Oh my goodness, it has gone up. I would say 35-40%. Would you say?
Yeah.
A lot.
Yep.
I mean, the groceries that I used to buy, and this is like a for maybe one day of the weekend or something. I think, oh, so and so's coming. I got to get this, and this, and so I'm talking about $55 to $60 deals, and now all of a sudden, what used to be $50 to $60 is now $79, maybe
80.
Closer to $80.
Yeah.
And that's a significant jump,
That
boy. So anyway, people are scared about it. And, you have to decide, gosh, do we eat good meals or do we make the house payment?
Yeah.
Anyway, a recent poll has revealed that there is widespread anxiety across America because of just the cost of food at the grocery store. Survey found that a staggering 86% of adults are at least somewhat stressed. I'm not
fully stressed, but it hits you.
Well, and you do have to, you have to consider, maybe then you decide not to drive through for that $5 coffee, or you decide, nope, we're not gonna, those tennis shoes are good enough, you can start school with those, we'll wait till down the road, that kind of stuff. People will, or just cut out kind of the fat out of, we all spend money dumb in some way or another.
Yeah.
And we all spend our money differently, and that's okay. But I know that for me, it would be easy to cut out some stupid, for sure.
Oh yeah.
I've
got a lot of dumb.
Yeah, I can do some dumb spending. I stopped at the post office the other day. I had to. My grandson had been here from Arizona, and he left his water bottle behind. And of course, the only kid who leaves something behind is the one who is now in Phoenix. So I said, "Oh, that's no problem." I said, "Do you kind of need it? Don't kids and their water bottles? It's a big deal." So so I said, "You know what? I'll just drop it in the mail. I'll send it to you." I got there. Guess how much it cost to send? Is a 40-ounce bottle. So, twice my coffee mug size.
I'm guessing it costs more to ship than it would be to buy a new one.
I should have. I actually weighed that out. The only reason I didn't just ship him a new one is that I couldn't find the exact one, and I know that he really likes that water bottle. And some people are really picky, and he's not. I don't know why I even thought that. But it would have cost me about $30 for a brand new one of the same size. No shipping. I would have just Amazoned it out there. It cost me $17.
Wow.
To send, and I'm sure this thing didn't cost $17 in the first place, probably. And I probably should have just sent him a new one, but I didn't. And so you know what I did instead? I taped some $10 bills to it, and I said, Okay, so I was going to buy you a new one, but instead you get this old one, and then you get some fun money. So that's what I decided to do. So it ended up costing me, more probably.
Yeah.
But he gets a few tens and gets to go out and have something to eat or do something fun.
Grab lunch.
Yeah.
Gas.
Yeah, yes. And gas is a big deal. So much so that he was starting to look at electric vehicles.
Oh, no.
And I cautioned him. Yeah, I said, don't do that. Don't do that. Okay. Half of parents feel pressure from their kids, when they're making household decisions. Let's see what some of those things are. Internet access. That is one that the kids want to be in on. Parents will threaten to cut the Wi-Fi as punishment sometimes.
Oh, I've done that before.
Yeah. Let's see. Things that they buy for school. Things that they buy even for the house. They're letting their kids decide.
I can let the kids, it's school. It's their deal. I can see them being in on the decision.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Another one out there, speaking of online stuff, Roku, they're a streaming service.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's a device.
It's a device that allows you to stream. Is
yeah,
that a good way to? I don't understand the whole Roku.
It's a device.
It's kind of like a Fire Stick, only it's a different brand. Is that accurate?
It's kind of an aggregate for streaming services. You plug in your Roku, and then you can get Netflix, Amazon, all that stuff through your Roku.
Okay, all right. So anyway, they are now launching what they're calling Howdy. It's a new monthly streaming service, and it's only going to be $2.99 a month.
What do you get on that?
I don't know. Aims to provide a more affordable alternative to premium ad-free streaming platforms. The service will launch next Tuesday in the United States. A library of nearly 10,000 hours of content, including partners like Lionsgate, Warner Brothers, Discovery. I don't know.
Here's a bunch of stuff you won't watch on our other apps.
Maybe. You get what you pay for, kind of, $2.99 a month. Do you know that for the second time, someone has hacked my Netflix account, and then they've upgraded me to the premium? And I happened to see the payment come out of my bank account, and instead of $16, it was $25 or something like that. And it had happened to me once before. And
how many people have access to your Netflix
account? Only, just grandkids.
Well, I got a feeling one of them upgraded you.
No, they would never.
Oh, I had that happen with my cable TV.
Really? No.
Yeah.
In fact, I asked because I thought, well, if it's them, are you upgrading so that we can have more people on it, or why are we upgrading, kind of thing? And I had already upgraded it once, and so I just went in and I just took it right back down to the basics. So if somebody did that, but I did have, it shows you where the change was made from, and it was like Tennessee or something. So unless the kids can figure their way around that, so it looks like Tennessee.
Well, a
made the
VPN.
change. Yeah.
A VPN will randomly put you somewhere.
Yeah. Well, anyway, they would never just spend money randomly and.
Well, I don't think they'd do it on purpose. It'd just be like they just accidentally hit something.
Yeah, it's really hard. It was really hard to go in there and change it. So I don't think it would happen randomly.
Well, it might have come up as a
But you never
prompt.
know. You never know. It is easy to do that kind of stuff. All right. Let's see. I can't lose my. Oh, there's the Holiday Inn story. Gotta hang on to that one. Here is a teen on a family vacation. Oh boy. Boards the wrong flight and ends up in the wrong country.
How?
I don't know. Clearly somebody at the airline is not watching very closely. 15-year-old British kid. His journey home from vacation took an unexpected turn after he boarded the wrong flight. Intending to fly to London's Stansted Airport, the boy became separated from his family in the departures area and ended up on an EasyJet plane bound for Milan, Italy, without a ticket. How does that even happen?
Exactly. First off, you're going to be sitting there going, hey, where's my family, for one?
And you're just going to get on the plane? I don't know. This sounds pretty sketchy.
As soon as you go to go in, they scan it.
Right.
Right at the gate.
Well, according to the Mallorca police, airport security cameras captured footage of the teen believed to be autistic. Well, there's one answer. Slipping into the Milan-bound flight. Although the airport's missing child alert was activated, it was later called off once the boy's whereabouts were confirmed. Airline staff reportedly realized mid-flight that an unauthorized passenger was aboard. Ooh, there's going to be some trouble there. And upon landing in Milan, local authorities and EasyJet personnel met the teen. The airline said it remains in contact with the family to provide support, and the teen's mother was flown to Italy to be reunited with the son.
Wouldn't it be easier just to fly him there instead of...
Yes, all that flying back and forth. All right, you ready for a feel-good?
Let's hit her feel-good.
Okay. The Holiday Inn Hotel in Perth, Australia, had gone to great lengths to reunite a guest's lost stuffed animal with its rightful owner. A few weeks ago, the hotel's housekeeping staff discovered the well-loved plush toy in their laundry room and decided to take action. In a series of social media posts, starting on July 17th, the hotel introduced the stuffed dog, which they affectionately named Jack. How about that? And hired him as an unofficial member of their staff. The post showed Jack training across the hotel and living his best life while greeting guests at the front desk and restocking housekeeping supplies. The hotel urged anyone who might recognize the toy to come forward, and despite their efforts, including reaching out to all guests from the weekend, Katy Perry's Lifetimes tour came to Australia in June. The hotel is still working on it, and they're doing everything they can to return Jack to its rightful owner. I have a feeling there will be an update on this story.
Yeah.
Somebody, if they reached out to all the guests and nobody said, yeah, that's ours, maybe nobody wants Jack back.
There's a family who, sneakily said, oh, no, here he is. He's right here.
Oh, boy. All right. Well, that's going to wrap it up on a Wednesday. Thanks for joining us. Our show today and every day brought to us by Pioneer Care and by Fergus Monument Company. Have a great day.